次はセクション9ですね。どこだっけ？あ、ここかな。Supervise. The boys' soccer practice was supervised by volunteers from the local community. Chatter. On the school bus, the boys and girls chattered together happily until they have arrived at the school. Conjure. The word desert conjures up image of sand and camels, but many deserts are not like that. Why? Okay, next is cripple. Although the school seemed prosperous, it was in fact crippled by debt and closed down soon after. Culminate. The movie culminates in a scene in which the whole hotel went up in flames. Foresee. Many people thought the government should have foreseen the problem that beset the country. Lull. The little boy, lulled by the sound of the gentle rain, soon fell asleep. Okay, next is misunderstand. The speech was so ambiguous that many people misunderstand it to mean the opposite of what was intended. Perpetuate. Some people criticize beauty pageants for perpetuating gender stereotypes. Wane. As the power of the king began to wane, rebellions broke up in different parts of the country. Okay, next is appraise. She took the necklace she had inherited to be appraised a jeweler. Next is ascribe. In the past, many wealthy people ascribed the poverty of the poor to their laziness. Budge. The student begged the teacher for another chance, but he refused to budge from his decision to fail him. Oh, how poor him. But he doing for bad things, so I think it's okay. Next is incarcerate. In some countries today, more and more young men are being incarcerated for their crimes. Next is overreact. The university authorities overreact to the rumors of drug use and call in the local police. Overstate. He thesis supervisor warned him not to overstate the novelty of his approach to the subject. Okay, next is what is next? Penalize. The new law was designed to penalize any company found guilty of polluting the environment. Oh, it's a little hard. Okay, next is hurdle. In the interview, the millionaire described the many hurdles he had faced as a young man. Inspiration. The boys' success in the class championship served as an inspiration to many younger players of the game. Next is instability. News of the political instability caused the dramatic fall in the value of the nation's currency. Next is insulation. One way to reduce heating bills is to improve the insulation of one home. Yeah, I really agree to it because I think that winter will be important to use for this insulation. Okay, next is intern. While at a colleague, she had worked as an intern at a famous legal firm. Okay, next is lineup. The police held a lineup and asked witnesses to pick up anyone they recognized. Next is royalist. Not only the opposition but also government loyalists were uncomfortable about the prime minister's speech. Murder. The convicted murderers were kept separate from the rest of prisoners. Okay, next is nobility. Um, occurrence earthquake were a common occurrence in the region and periodically did great damage. Oh, how poor that their villages. Okay, next is perch. It was a fish. The name perch is given to a number of different kinds of freshwater fish. Why ship? Sorry. Okay, next is practitioner. In many countries, medical practitioners are among the most highly paid professionals. Oh, I'm envious to theirs. Okay, next is predecessor. As soon as he gained office, the new president began reversing the policies of his predecessors one by one. Oh, maybe if they are the predecessors will be doing a bad politics, it will be really good. Okay, next is pregnancy. Some medicines are not safe to take during pregnancy as they may harm the unborn child, sorry. Next is privatization. The privatization of the railways led in time to the closure of many small rural stations. Oh, yeah, I know about it, but I think it's little bad um to their many rural people, but I think it's more be a good policy to the government. Yes. Next is sweet. It was not just it was a really sweet candies um or treats or not was that. It would be like a hotel of a sweet. Okay, it was the sample sentence is the film star always stayed in the most expensive suite that hotel had available. I think if they were be really really expensive, if they aren't for their doing for movies, but I think it's really fastly to go on your money. Okay, next is superiority. Superiority. Europeans were so convinced of the superiority on their own region that they often imposed in others. Oh, yeah, I think it's good to their until for others to their own region, but if they impose to others will be not good. Okay. Okay, next is suppression. The secret police were responsible for the suppression of any opposition to the ruling party. Oh, secret police. Does it real? Okay. Next is tolerance. A tolerance of different opinions is the basic stance of any rebel rule any rebel society. Sorry. Okay, next is trench. Oh, I think it's know about this. It will be a mean to the war times of the trenches, hiding to their body and not be damaged to their bodies, but also recently it will be used like a Mariana Trench. It will be a most deepest of the trench. The sea of the most deepest place. Okay, next. So the sample sentence is the first thing the soldier did was to build a deep trench in which they could hide. Yeah. Okay, next is usurer. Alcar, does it why I don't know for too much about this. Okay, he attributed his stomach ulcer to the intense pressure of his job. And maybe he have a really big, important job to that time. Okay, next is unity. Most nations experience an unusual sense of nation unity during wartime. This is unusual. I don't know about real quietly, but I think not unusual. Okay, next is upside. Although the baseball game was rained out, the upside was that we were able to see a great movie. I think it will be yes, I think it's upside to seeing a really great movie. Okay, next is verb. It means to like how I can say that like a word to using. So like maybe if you see for English words will be maybe you know about this word. The difference between transitive and intransitive verbs is extremely important. Yeah, I really agree to this. Okay, next is wetland. The local wetland was the habitat of many rare birds and plants. Wow, nice. Okay, next is worm. Oh, maybe someone is hate to worms, but I think it will be like um I will be having to a silkworm they that some specific of the insects, but it will be like a saying it will be different to the insect because insect will be like how I can say insect will be like the butterflies or like beetles or like that, but worm will be like um the no legs of the insects. Okay, let's go for sample sentence. In fact, worms play a vital role in keeping soil healthy and fertile. Yeah, I know about it. Okay, next is anomaly. Wow. As the only American pupil there, he felt like something on anomaly in the school. So, yeah, I think it's really poor to him. I have maybe if he have a lot for maybe cause the good effects. Okay, next is um, containment. Oh, don't do like that to country. During the Cold War, the policy of containment was designed to halt the spread of communism. Oh, I don't know about it. Okay, next is downside. Downside of the government's economic strategy was that it caused a rise in inflation rate. Sorry, why does it call rate? Okay, that next is um, plow. It used to the like a farming to more better to more fluffy to their soils. Yes. So what is the word? It will be the sample sentence is the invention of the plow transformed primitive agriculture, making it much more productive. Wow,
Mhm.
I don't know about it. Okay, next is stakeholder. Wow, nice. The government was a major stakeholder in automobile company, but it did not own it outright. Well, yeah, I know about it. If they own to their companies will be like how I can say their government is having if they're having all of that will be like communism. Okay, next is skeptic. The scientist confessed that at first he had been something of a skeptic concerning global warming. Okay, next is methodology. Many experts criticized his methodology, arguing that it was based on outdated theories of psychology. Next is academia. The famous scholar retired from academia and became a full-time writer for magazines. Next is downfall. The downfall of the Soviet Union marked the end of the Cold War. Oh, yeah, it will be because their economic will be bad. Okay, next word is keystone. Nuclear weapons form the keystone of the country's defense policy. Yeah, but I think like having the nuclear weapons will be maybe um I think it's not better. It should be a throw for all of the weapons, and if they don't throw, they would be attacked or be stopped to their foods to feeding to other country. Next is instrumental. The bribery scandal was instrumental in the collapse of the conservative government. Wow, but I think it's good. Okay, next is invertebrate. The vast majority of animal species are invertebrate ones. Sorry. Okay, next is investigate. The professor argued that investigate journalists are essential to a healthy democracy. Next is marshal. Okay, ever since the 1960s, Chinese martial arts have been popular in the West. Wow, yes, Chinese martial arts will be like a karate or judos or like that. Okay, next is municipal. Despite their importance, municipal politics really attract the attention of the nation media. Next is organization. The young man had wonderful organization skill, and as a result, he rapidly moved up in the country. Wow, that will be really cool. Okay, next is what is next? Okay, pointless. Oh, I hate pointless thing. He said the meeting has been absolutely pointless because they spent most of it going over earlier discussion. Oh, don't do like a bad time using. Okay, next is what is next? Okay. Preferable. The chairman believed that doing nothing was preferable to making a damaging mistake. Wow, yes. Okay, next is like a prosperous. He lived in a prosperous suburb full of big houses with beautiful gardens. Yeah. Okay, next is reproductive. Thought the bear is on of reproductive age. It seems unconcerned about finding a mate. Oh, that's good. Or not, but I think it's not bad things because I think that and because like I think how I can say I think it will be like reproductive will be a really important to like how I think reproductive will be really important to the animals, so I think it will be not good too much. Okay, next is okay. Um, next is sane. Um, it will be like it likely to say for how I can say. It will be like okay. It's likely to doing for the opposite word is insane. Sorry, it's a little long. Okay, next is strategic. Uh, the strategic advantages of an alliance with such a powerful nation will be obvious to everyone. Yeah. Okay, next is astonishing. Okay, astonishing means to the residents of the remote mountain village were said to living astonishing age. Um, maybe if you don't know about it, astonishing to these words, please watch to the videos of um, the story of the another to my another channel of my channel. Okay, next is um, disproportionate. The disproportionate number of wealthy students attending elite universities suggests the advantage of wealth. Yeah, nice. Okay, next is the Okay, next is pagan. Many pagan festivals survived in a disguise from in Christian Europe. Wow. Okay, next is promising. One of the most promising areas of medical research today is the field of genetics. Yeah, because genetic industry many people are concerning about it. Okay, next, what is next? Okay, next is voluntarily. Okay, participating in voluntary charity work while in school can help students enter good colleges. Appalling. The armies of many different countries have carried out appalling acts of violence during wartime. Next is far-reaching. The discovery of antibiotics had far-reaching consequences for the treatment of many diseases. Next is forlorn. He noticed the forlorn figure of a small child standing alone on the platform. I think this forlorn small child will be missing to their families. It's too sad. Okay, next is grassroots. Okay, a powerful grassroots campaign for free elections started in the capital and quickly spread to the provinces. Next is long-standing. The two companies were involved in a long-standing legal conflict over the rights to a patent. Okay, next is ideally. Ideally, healthcare should be free for everyone, but it is often difficult to achieve in practice. Next is individuality. It has to assess teachers fairly because students' individuality often have very different opinions of them. Next is inherently. Some narcotics are not inherently bad for the health, but they needed to be used in small amounts. Next is predominantly. The island population now predominantly consists of migrants from the mainland. Wow. Okay, next is remarkably. Making wine was not a local tradition in the area, but wine they produced was remarkably good. Wow, nice. Section 10, we got. Next is postulate. Theory postulate that the main cause of inflation was an increase in supply of money into the economy. Next is reevaluate. The changing international student has led many countries to reevaluate their traditional alliance. Next is re-examine. When the scientist re-examined the evidence, he found several mistakes in the calculations. Oh my gosh, they should be more care about it. Okay, next is reissue. A new company ID card was reissued her, which allowed her increased access to different areas in the building. Wow, it's so nice. Okay, next is revolutionized. his theories became widely accepted by academics, eventually revolutionizing the field of economics. Next is segregate. The patients who had caught the infections disease were segregated in a separate ward. Next is derive. Many English words are derived from Latin. Okay, next is intervene. I asked my lawyer to intervene in the dispute. Next is elaborate. The committee asked her to elaborate on her proposals for reform. Okay, next is uphold. The principals promised to uphold the school's tradition of excellence. Next is entrust. Before he left, the man entrusted the key to safe to his deputy. Wow. If it better be safe, it's important. Next is entail. At the interview, the girl took the chance to ask what the job entailed. Okay, nice. But I think like a girl is can't be doing for work. But maybe it will be changed. Okay, next is induce. The medicine helped induce the patient to fall asleep before his surgery. Okay, next is expel. After the boy was caught cheating, he was expelled from the school. Oh, but I think he will be doing bad things, so it will be done. It wasn't be problem. Okay, next is solar. The value of the company stock soared after it was promoted on a website. Next is enroll. My brother is enrolling in a thesis class for his first year in university. Oh, okay. Next is surpass. The athlete finally surpassed the previous world record in 2009. Why I always say for 1969, but why this time is say for 2009? Because like a 2029 will be a really hard to saying, and many people will be misunderstand about 2900, and I think it's hard to understand for some things. But if I say for like these patterns, you can see that can be like due to the more easily to understandable. Okay, next is surpass. The athlete. Oh, sorry, I already say merge. When the two companies merged, they became the largest conglomerate in the chemical industry. Okay, next is intrigue. When the mysterious stranger bought the old mansion, the town folk were intrigued to learn just who she was. Okay, next is Shun. Even after he was released from prison, he was shunned by his former friends. Oh. Okay, next is evade. In order to evade the police, the fugitive wore a disguise. Yeah, but it will be like a evade will be also can be used for many things. Okay, next is recur. Doctors hoped her illness would not recur after a long series of treatments. Okay, next is recur. Sorry, I already said this. Okay, next is bestow. His family still owned the land that the king bestowed on them in the 17th century. Next is obstruct. The government was accused of trying to obstruct the inquiry. Oh, yeah, many people will anger to if the obstruct by the government will anger, yes. Okay, next is instill. We always try to instill strong moral values in our children. Okay, next is ensue. She spoke her mind clearly, not caring what might ensue. Yeah, I think it's really, really important because I think that if they don't say what they think or what they want will cause the bad effect to many people. Okay, next is ensure. Already said stabilize. The government introduced measures to stabilize the price of oil, which had been fluctuating widely. Oh yeah, recently it happened, so I think that government will be solved about it. Okay, let's go next is roll. It will be in Japan they say for rock and roll, but it's not safe for rock and roll. It will be rock and roll. Okay. Did you understand, cat? My cat. Okay, next. The area was ravaged by storms during the winter month. It will be like a used to in the Minecraft of the NPC non-player controlling to the character of the Ravager. They will be ravaged to their towns, a small village. Sorry. Okay, next is impede. The weather impeded our progress so much that we gave up work for the day. Okay, next is disdain. She said that she disdained to answer such as impertinent question. Oh. Okay, next is incite. The leader of the protest movement tried to incite the counter-protesters to violence. Okay, next is extol. The most intrigued people at the conference extol his contribution. Next is Virgin. Wow. As the market of exotic spice burgeoned, the company made a fortune. Okay, nice. This fortune will be not only luck, it will be like having to the means of their lifetime of the money. So this means to the exotic spice of that company will be have a really, really big money to they can be live for many years. Okay, next is penitentiary. It will be it will be only used in American English. It means it's similar to like a prison. Okay, the sample sentence there was a large penitentiary on the edge of town which housed more than 200 convicted criminals. Okay, next is psychopathy. In general, psychopathy is used to refer a mental illness uh, in which people behave in an asocial, antisocial way. Oh, I don't know about it, but it will be like it will be a little different, and it will be like only change a little to psychopath. It will be in Japan, where be many people are know about. Okay, next is ringleader. Ringleader. Okay, I understand. The prosecutor accused the man of being the ringleader of a criminal gang. Oh. Wow, does it real? Okay, next is zooplankton. It will be like it will be a plankton where like a make to two of the species to choosing big two. Like the first one is zooplankton, and the second one is the will be a plant plankton. Does it right? Okay, so let's say the sentence. The oceans are full of zooplankton that comprise the diet of many other marine creatures. Yes. Okay, next is feat. Very few climbers have managed the feat of climbing Mount Everest. Oh, don't bite me. Okay, next is Monopoly. Oh, some of card game will be that name of Monopoly. It will be mean to have to all having like a stock monopoly to the stock very likely to how okay, can you see this word? This word means the monopoly. I don't know for this word I can say for in English, but okay, and it will be like that game where the board game will be likely to doing to buy all of the companies and doing to get big money. Okay, next the sample sentence is the company has recently been accused of forming a monopoly. Oh, yes, I think monopolize to the company will be not good. Okay, next is transaction. The transaction turned out to be very profitable for the company. Next is setback. The poor sales were a serious setback for the company. Next is mortgage. The young couple managed to buy a house by accepting. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Setback. Okay, the poor sales will be a serious setback for the company. Okay, next is patriot. One of her ancestors was a famous American patriot in the Revolutionary War. Oh. Okay, next is legislature. Opinions polls show that the legislature was increasingly unpopular. Oh. Yeah, I think like in Japan will be maybe occurring in now. Okay, next is inflammation. The tear gas causes severe inflammation of the eyes. Oh, yeah, but it caused to the tear gas. Okay, next is toll. The death toll from the accident continued to climb. Oops. Okay, next is sanitation. The man had kept his daughter a captive in her own. Um. Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. Improvements in sanitation contribute to the disease eradication. Okay, next is captive. The man had kept his daughter a captive her own home. I think it's bad. don't do like that, everyone. Okay, next is Trump. Fans were celebrating the triumph of their team in the championship. Next is backlash. Many feminists complained that there had been a backlash against policies designed to help women. Next is hub. New York is not an American capital, but many people consider it to be the hub of modern American life. Yeah, I think it will be really famous, and to be honest, I don't know quietly to the American capitals, and I think that and now the America will be not already make to the capital, because if they go for all of the people in there will be maybe cast to the bad effect of economy. Okay, next is vicinity. Okay, it will be same for neighborhood. Okay, it will be the sentence is the only drawback to the new house was there were no shops in the immediate vicinity. Oh my gosh. It will be bad. Okay, next is longevity. In Japan, the pine tree is symbol of longevity. Wow, nice. Next is entity. Maybe if you know to the meme of the backroom, I think you know about this. Okay, let's say to the sentence. The university publisher is a separate entity from the university and manage its own finance. Next is oversight. By an oversight, he failed to grade one of the students' essays. Oh my gosh, how poor that. I think it's really bad to their students. Okay, next is expenditure. The new admission announced an increase in its expenditure on health. Next is embargo. The United Nations imposed a trade embargo on the nation. Next is confinement. After 1 week of solitary confinement, even strong men become weak. Wow. Yeah, I really agree to that. But I think it's really bad to their minds. So I think it's need to be someone in there. Okay, next is over the counter. In general, over the counter painkillers are very weak in their effects. But I think it's need to be that, because if they more easily to buying to the painkillers of the really strong one, will be many people will die to use that. Okay, next is sugary. The harmful effect of sugary drinks on the health is now widely recognized by people. Yeah, I know about it. Okay, next is intrinsic. Human and some apes have an intrinsic ability to walk on two legs. Okay, next is subtle. He learned to recognize the subtle difference between one butterfly and another. Okay, next is susceptible. People with a poor diet and especially susceptible to cold and flu. Okay, next is epidemic. The reports say that drug use was epidemic among the prison population. Oh, don't use drug. Okay, next is communal. Religious cults often experiment with communal living. Conspicuous. His purple and pink tie certainly made him conspicuous in a crowd. Wow. Okay, next is medieval. The building looked medieval, but it was actually not that old. Wow. Okay, next is expellent. The only response to my request was an explicit no. Oh, how poor. Okay, next is formidable. The golfer was nervous because he knew that his opponent was a formidable player. Oh, okay, next is rash. Don't be rash. In time of crisis, one must be swift but never be rash. Yes. Next is barren. Yeah, barren is like a desert. The desert of Arabia are vast, barren landscape. Okay, next is chaotic. A chaotic mess of clothes and books lay on the floor. Next is contradictory. Oh, I think I already say or not, but I think I'm not yet. Okay, many people point out how contradictory his arguments were. Next is rigorous. Learning medical science is usually thought to be a rigorous intellectual challenge. Yeah, but I think it's very good to study for something. Okay, next is immaculate. That politician was elected because of his immaculate reputation. Yeah, it's so good. Next is robust. Even at the age of 80, the painter was intellectually and physically robust. Wow, nice. Next is treacherous. He made a treacherous speech in which he attacked his former boss. Oh, but I think it's maybe good. Okay, next is devious. Few people believe that the man's devious explanation for his behavior. Yeah. Okay, why it's need to be safe for bad thing by self? Okay, next is virtually. The DVD was so popular that it became virtually unobtainable for a time. Wow. Yeah, it's so. I think I'm envious to that because, like, if I make for some song, maybe maybe to buy for that really fastly. Yes. Okay. Next is narrowly. The driver narrowly avoid running into deer on the road. Okay. Next is Next is what? Okay. Okay, we got a 1,000 words. Yes. Okay, next is incense. Uh, many of the soldiers were incensed by rumors claiming that their enemy had started producing banned weapons. Oh, I think it's not good to ban weapons. Okay, next is next will be like appease. The manager tried to appease the angry customer. Oh, okay. Next is what is next? Uh, encroach. The plane was shut down because it encroached on enemy territory. Oh, it's not good. Okay. Okay, next is disband. The rebel organization announced that they would disband and give their weapons. Okay, next is what is next? Eradicate. Smallpox was completely eradicate from the village. Okay, next is growth. His enemies within the company growth when he failed to win the promotion. Okay, next is what is next? Growth. His enemies within the company glowered when he failed to win the promotion. Oh, bad. Don't do like that. Okay, next is engender. Everyone hoped that our research would engender further effort to cure cancer. Yes, I hope it. Okay, next is implicate. The statement he gave to the police implicate many important businessmen. Okay, next is fumble. The woman fumbled in her bag for the key in the front door. Okay, next is exemplify. His paintings are considered to exemplify the style known as abstract expressionism. Okay, next is brandish. Okay, the man was arrested for brandish a knife during the argument. Okay, next is endow. The United States Declaration of Independence say that all men are endowed with certain rights. Okay, next is eschew. The man did not eschew even blackmail to achieve the ends. Oh. Okay, I say next is hypothesize. The doctor hypothesized that the infection was carried by water. Oh, yes, I think it's bad. Okay, what is next? Okay, next is consecrate. The bishop formed a ceremony to consecrate the new church. Next is downplay. To prevent a panic, the expert downplayed the danger of the disease. Next is hoard. He hoarded money for many years and eventually died wealthy but miserable. Next is assemble. Although the products were labeled made in USA, they actually only been assembled there. Oh, okay. Next is dissolve. Oh, dissolving to something where I not laugh. Okay. Over time, the feelings of enmity between the two nations dissolved, and they became close allies. Okay, the last verse will be flock. Tourists from all over the world flock to Paris every year to see the famous sights. 最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。モチベーションになるのでチャンネル登録と高評価 そして英語の友達を作りたいのでシェアもお願いします。